Hi, it's Pastor Paul Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. Oh, I don't know about you, but I'm just so excited that it is almost the end of the week. We thank God for how He has blessed us all week long. I've had a wonderful time of just celebrating all week of all the wonderful things that God has been doing, celebrating years in ministry, celebrating birthdays, wedding anniversaries, my son doing all the things that he's been doing. I just thank God for a week of celebration, and it's always great to celebrate with you the goodness that God has blessed us with on this very day. Please look with me in Psalm 51, verses 1 through 12. A very powerful psalm. This is the psalm that you and I get a chance to read, especially during this season of Lent. It's the time in which we are in preparation for Easter. David writes this psalm. It's a psalm that he writes after he has miserably failed in his life, a time when he has miserably failed before God as well as his fellow countrymen. It's a time in which he has sincere remorse for what he has done wrong. My brothers and sisters, after this season of COVID-19 and all that we have seen before our very eyes, it's a time for all of us as people to have sincere repentance, to say, God, forgive us. How did we go wrong? How did we go wrong as a country? How did we go wrong as a nation? How did we go wrong as individuals in not doing the things that you've called us to do? David begins to say, God, have mercy upon me. Forgive me for my sins, because I have been one who's participated in the shedding of innocent blood. We live in a world today that so many people have been responsible for how you and I feel about ourselves and feel about life. We have seen what's happened in the courts. We have seen over the course of this past year and all the other years preceding it, how people have been treated with inequalities. We have seen now most recently how they're trying to get jurors and move forward with the whole George Floyd murder trial against these law enforcement officers. Comes a time in all of our lives that you and I have to say, Lord, forgive me, have mercy upon me. Wherever I've sinned, wherever I've gone wrong, show it to me. David is saying, Lord, purge me with hyssop. Hyssop was a bitter herb that was used, and it's the bitterness that comes in all of our mouths and in our hearts and our lives whenever we feel that we have failed God. It's nothing but bitterness. It's nothing but remorse. It's nothing but, God, I am so sorry for my sins. You and I must understand that none of us are perfect and all of us come short of the glory of God. I hope this will be a time in all of our lives as we prepare for the season of Easter or Resurrection Sunday, getting ready for Palm Sunday. We must ask God, God, help me to make my life conform into the image that you would have it to be, so that I might be the person that you've called me to be. In Romans, the 12th chapter, it always tells us, let us not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our minds. David had to renew his mind, but David also had to renew his relationship with God, because he had somehow gotten out of tune, gotten out of sync with God. My brothers and sisters, let's not get out of tune. Let's not get out of sync with God. Let's make sure that we're synced up with God and that we can say, God, whatever you ask me to do, it will be yes to your will, yes to your word, and yes to your way. Why don't you trust Him and follow Him today? God bless you, and I'll see you on tomorrow.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.